Welcome back, everyone, to the new Byte podcast. This time, actually. Hey, Emily, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How
Good.
are you? How's that?
Well, I'm actually stressed out, having a really long week at work right now, and I just can't wait for the weekend. Also,
Oh
can't
dear.
wait for the weekend because of the new Dragon Ball Super episode, which I was actually very hyped about
Ooh.
last week. From Monday to Friday, I was so hyped thinking about the weekend, like the new episode is coming, the new episode is coming. And then on Friday, I actually noticed, like, hang on a second, why do all the previews say the date is not this week, but actually in March? And then, well, I saw the info that the series actually had a week break. So instead of 1 week after another, we had a new episode now in 2 weeks, which is now this Sunday instead of last Sunday. What's so exciting about that is actually Son Goku, the main character, will get a new fighting form, so it makes him even stronger. And it's sort of the main interesting thing about that series. So yeah, fans of the series are very hyped about to finally see this, and it's
That
the
sounds
highlight of
good.
the series. Yeah, it's also about to end very soon, so they had like, I think, 130 episodes, and for Dragon Ball,
Wow.
that's actually a lot. They had other series within that
Yeah.
complete arc, so Dragon Ball had, I don't know how many episodes, and Dragon Ball Z had, like, I think over 170. So lots of story arcs, lots of villains, but it also ended someday. And now Dragon Ball Super is finding its end in 2 weeks, and the pre-last episode is now this Sunday, and it's getting intense. Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm really happy that I'm still in my rant mode, so I can still talk endlessly about stuff. Let's get just right to news, I guess.
Oh.
Let's get to the news.
Yeah, let's get to the news.
Yeah.
Come on. What shall we start off with?
So I have a little fun and quick story, actually. You may
Okay.
know about the Yakuza series. It's like maybe a little bit a mixture of GTA and, of course, Asian culture, and it's not that serious all the time. It's more like in partially life simulation also, with lots of mini games in that.
Yeah.
And Yakuza 6 actually has a demo on the PlayStation Network, and apparently people were able to unlock the full game within that demo. So Sega,
my
the publisher, of
gosh.
course, had to went in and actually had to say, oh wait, you can't download the demo anymore because, hey, we want to give you the demo. We absolutely want to give you that, but we can't do it if you actually unlock the full game. And that's what they also wrote on Twitter. They say, we apologize, but had to remove the Yakuza 6, the Song of Life demo from the PlayStation Store. We are as upset as you are, and had hoped to have this demo available for everyone today. We discovered that some were able to use the demo to unlock the full game. We're looking into the nature of the issue. Thank you for your patience. And that is... wow.
So they actually apologized for it.
Yeah, so
Oh.
I mean, I'd say they have to apologize, of course, because, well, it's a mistake happening on their end, and
Yeah.
you know, it's sort of like good manners. Just, okay, we promised you to give you something for free that you can try the game out to see if you really want to
Yeah.
buy it, but now I was using it to sort of trick the system. So yeah,
Mm,
understandably, Sega had to take it down. I'm not mad about that. I'm just fascinated more that actually it was possible to unlock a full game based on the demo. And apparently that's not that unusual from what I read from some reactions.
really? So
Yeah.
some game reviews actually said that is typically easy.
No, but it seemed to have happened earlier, like in earlier years of the system. Like demos
Oh.
actually having partially the
Oh,
full
shit.
game already. So yeah, that's how it looks like. I forgot how to do the podcast show. Said yeah. So on the video version, you can now also see the tweets. Like, we have prepared a lot, as you can see in the tabs, and
Yeah.
let's have a few seconds of just breathing in and out because damn. As I said before, I'm just stressed out, as you can see right now. Yeah, I'm trying to bring you the best show possible, but maybe I just need a second to rest. Maybe Emily wants to tell us a little bit about the next topic first.
So the next topic is, where was it?
1 hour, 1 life.
1 hour, 1 life.
Yeah,
Okay, I was
that's
actually
the game.
watching. Yeah, I was actually watching the trailer for this, and it's actually a guy who actually like he didn't have like any support from any like huge distribution companies like Steam or EA or anything like that.
Hmm.
And the game is really interesting because it's like a multiplayer survival kind of game.
Yep.
Of like building a new civilization and stuff. And you actually like start from like
Nothing. You start sort of in the Stone Age and have to collect
literally.
everything and craft your first weapons. And what's the interesting thing about this game? First off, I think it's done just by one single person. He did all the drawings, which look sort of like from a children's book, but I personally am a fan of that style. It looks really nice. And also all these sounds in the game are done by himself. At least it sounds like that because every noise is like a and just done with his mouth and his voice. So that's what I immediately noticed. And on the video version of the podcast, you can see right now the trailer, how he talks about the game and how people are coming in. And yeah, so the game works like that. Actually, you just start in and are born as a little child. And other players have to take care of you first. And if that isn't a crazy premise, like joining a wild community of people you don't know, and they have to take care of you for the first few minutes, that's crazy.
It is crazy.
Mm.
I mean, my initial thought was like, oh, this is kind of depressing because it's literally like our history and how we lived like way, way, way back. Yeah. But yeah, it should be a fun survival game to play.
Yeah, as I said before, so the game is not available on Origin or Steam or anything. Basically, you pay $20 for it directly to the developer, and he gives you a key. And on his website, you can see the promise, like you can get even the full code if you want to compile the game yourself. You can use it on Windows, on Linux, and of course on Mac. And yeah, there's no other publisher in between. Even made it one of his selling points, and I think that's just a noble idea to do in 2018. So I'm really intrigued, and I want to try the game out and see how it works. And there are already some interesting stats on his website, actually. So people actually bought the game and left a few comments as a review, and it's just fascinating. So why don't we take a quick look at that, just because it's that cool. So on his website, it also looks like it's made in 1996 or something. Very basic, a few images, like Times New Roman text. As you can see right now, yeah, you can buy the game directly via MasterCard, Visa, American Express, and PayPal. And yeah, so basically just gives you everything. And even the reviews, they look so basic, but it's so fun. So this is so amazing to see how there's actually already a community behind that. Before we actually go into this, yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's pretty popular then.
Yeah, what's strange is actually there are reviews based on months ago, so I assume maybe there was like an early access phase, just done privately. But yeah, the game was fully released yesterday. And I only noticed because the developer, Mike Rose, the guy from No More Robots, who do the Descenders mountain biking game, which I talked about in an earlier episode, he tweeted that game out, and I was seeing that and I was thinking, interesting, what's that about? And I saw the trailer, and only then I noticed, well, maybe this is actually interesting. And I was thinking at that time, oh, well, that's a game that just probably coming on Steam and I can buy it there. Nope, you have to go on the website and pay them directly. So there's that. But the thing is, I haven't explained like the way how you play the game. So 1 minute in the game means 1 year of the life of your sort of avatar, right? So you only have about 1 hour to live. You maybe starve first, or you just die by an accident, maybe get killed even. There are actually some things that kill you in this game. And yeah, as I said before, so in the first few minutes of the game, you are just a child, can't do much, and actually other players have to take care of you. So that's interesting.
So it's their responsibility for your survival.
Right. So the community has to be proactive in taking care of new players, actually, or these of people that just joined the new game with a new avatar.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. You can't even talk to other people, apparently, because I read one review that said like, "Oh, I was playing 3 times already, and the first time I died because I couldn't just say that I'm hungry." Apparently, the baby didn't even cry. And that was sort of the standard thing to do. You cry, and somebody else maybe notices that you should be fed. Didn't happen. And other fun stories. So it's just amazing what you can see here. Oh, there's actually the comment. Like, Geeky Nerd wrote 2 hours ago with 2 hours on record. Here's a description of the first 2 lives I've had in 1 hour, 1 life. First, I was abandoned by an apathetic mother. Oh boy. Second, a mother cared for me best she could, but because I didn't cry, I starved to death, and she didn't realize I was hungry. The third one is, a mother was clearly trying to forage for food when I popped out. She said aloud to me, "Not enough food," and I could only reply in single syllables. So she breastfed me when she could. When I could walk, she said, "Follow," but she walked too fast, and I lost her. And I died in the woods. There's so many other stories happening in that game, and it's like real gaming art, even I'd say. So it's fascinating. It's called 1 Hour 1 Life. It's available on the website 1hour1life.com. Apparently, the game stats right now say they had 11,905 lives lived for a total amount of 1,042.45 hours. 346 people lived past the age of 55, so made it almost to an hour or to the full hour. And the longest generation a family had was 6. So, of course, there's also, like, just playing together. And the interesting thing is, in the longer version of the game, actually, you try to progress in civilization and actually try to get like a new era. So you start off in the Stone Age, then collect more things and go in the Bronze Age, and so on and so on. Yeah, as I said before, there's no DRM, there's no middle person, so you can play it on Mac, Windows, and Linux, and it's even open source. And if that isn't a novel idea to do in 2018, I don't know.
It does sound good.
Like, would you play it with me if you would try it out one day? Could be
Yeah,
fun.
sure.
So you try and join like 50 minutes earlier, and then I'll join in and you can take care of me.
Are there actually like are there game tags? So like user tags. So you actually know who the person is.
I hope so. I haven't investigated further because I just saw it last night and didn't have much time to take a look into it between work and now. But this sort of must be an account system because the guy said basically you get the files that you want, you get an account, of course, and lifetime server access. And the cool thing is, if you want, you can even modify the game. So modding is allowed. You can even host your own server. And basically, if this thing takes off and a lot of people are into it, maybe we can even do like the new Byte server, trying to live as long as we can in 1 hour 1 life. Who knows? For now, it's just really awesome to talk about it. And I'm actually glad that I saw it, and then we can feature it here on the podcast because it's definitely something that you don't see every day. All right.
Shall we move on to the next topic?
Yes, please.
And what topic is that? House death?
The topic is something that I just want to quickly mention, and it's Metal Gear Survive, published by Konami. And I was expecting this to happen. I was sort of hoping for this to happen because I don't necessarily like Konami as a publisher and how they dealt with Kojima, of course. Hideo Kojima being the producer behind the Metal Gear Solid series and sort of really prominent figure, of course, in the gaming industry. And in case you missed the drama around it, basically Konami didn't treat him well enough at the production time of Metal Gear Solid 5, and he was even kept away from receiving an award at the games show or Game Awards show when he was actually getting a prize for Metal Gear Solid 5 because Konami prevented that legally somehow. I don't know what kind of contract they had with their employees, but it must be horrible. So yeah, they're not treating well all employees probably, and
That's so bad.
yeah, there's even other things like I know people are not directly fired; they're just putting in another position. Basically, you have to maintenance the building and all that, so you're actually kept away from what you want to do, but you're still under that contract and everything. And people, of course, have to pay bills, right? So at least for a certain amount of time, you just endure that. And that's just a horrible way to do, jobs in general.
Yeah.
But yeah. So now that Kojima is done, he's doing his own company with Kojima Productions. They're doing now Death Stranding, with famous actors like the guy that's in The Walking Dead. I forgot his name. Mads Mikkelsen, of course. Many know him, and even his good friend, who's doing all the movies. Like, God damn it, I don't know the name anymore. He just did the Shape of Water movie. God damn it, Shape. I just have to look that up. Shape of Water. You know the name. You know the name. If I tell you that, you know. Oh, yeah, Guillermo del Toro. Like that guy. That guy is also working together with Kojima partially on Death Stranding. And yeah, lots of people are actually very excited for that. But what does Konami do actually now that Kojima is done? Well, besides remastering Metal Gear Solid 3, which is sort of the most beloved game in the Metal Gear Solid series, they put the remaster out, of course, in consoles, like normal publishers would do. They actually put it into a gambling machine and put that out in casinos. So that's annoying. And looking at the trailer and being a fan, of course, of Metal Gear Solid, I would totally pay Konami money just to get a remastered version of Metal Gear Solid 3. But yeah, I can't because it's only in lottery machines in Japan. So that sucks. Yeah, like pachinko machines is what they're called. Basically, you just put in some coins and hope to have the right rolls so you can progress Metal Gear Solid 3 based on luck.
So, like arcade machines.
Yeah, but you can't play. Just have to roll and see if your right icons pop up so you can progress. It's literally gambling.
That's weird.
Weird.
I've never ever heard of a game like that.
Yeah, so if you want to take a look into that, there's an awesome video done by Super Bunny Hop, who tried to just find any of those machines, but because they're not even that popular, they're not that widespread. And apparently, pachinko machines are sort of like an old people thing. It's not even really video gaming, but they actually put money into that. The Konami publisher put money into that just to make more money based on gambling. And it's not even targeted at young people because young people actually play real video games and not pachinko machines, right? So, anyway, that's why I really dislike Konami. Here's now the news part. After a very long segment and rant, we're coming actually about the news part. So, finally, Metal Gear Solid Survive released, which is a spin-off game from the Metal Gear Solid series. And Metal Gear Survive basically is just a zombie survival game where you've been transported into a different dimension. And you have to, of course, survive, craft your basement and all that, and try to, of course, to find your way back, right? The reviews are very happy about that. Metal Gear Survive currently is standing at 63 points out of 100 on OpenCritic. From 47 critic reviews, only 15% even recommend the game. And from what I saw, actually, most reviews said, like, the multiplayer is really good, but everything else just doesn't really work. Like, the single-player campaign is not good. The game overall is lacking good AI in the zombies. Like, you can probably just stand on a high enough seating and you can just, use a spear to shut every zombie down. So it's not even like it's a challenge sometimes because you can cheese the game that much. And, well, talking about the multiplayer, of course, well, at the launch of the game, the multiplayer it didn't even work. There was an error code that says, an update is required to start the game. You will not be able to start the game. And it would download just a patch, and it would still didn't work. And there was another patch actually needed to make the game work, and that got delayed. And yeah. So, congrats Konami on publishing a bad game. It didn't even make it playable at the start. Because of course, it's an always online game, like you have to log in every day to get daily bonuses. Games as a service, it's that awesome. So yeah. The funny thing is, the actual patch that you needed was just 60 megabyte big. Not that much. But it wasn't included, so people couldn't even play the bad game that they paid for.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Like, wow. That is... Congratulations, Konami, you fuck up more. And actually, I'm not even sad about that. Yeah.
Some way to treat your customers.
Yeah, it's not good. By the way, there's another thing that's also not good, and I just want to mention it because Dan did a video last week about that, and that is the game called Past Cure, which is sort of a psycho horror game. He made a full video about that, so check that out on thenewbyte.com or on our YouTube channel, Past Cure. Dan's Demos is a series, and as soon as he'll be back, we'll probably see more episodes from him. I just liked the first video. He did some great job with the editing, I think. And funny enough, so what Dan's Demos is, I think, Emily, you can explain that.
So Dan's Demos is on our YouTube channel. You can check out on the New Byte YouTube. And it's basically where he does a demo of a game that like is either newly released or just like a bit out there. And yeah, he basically shows you how to play it. And it's actually like I've seen like the first episode and it's really fun, and he's just really like interactive as well.
Yeah.
So
really good show. Love to see more episodes. But yeah, that will happen in time. And yeah, Past Cure on the video version, you can already see it. It only has 38 points out of 100. 0% of the critics recommend the game, and we have 16 critic reviews coming in for that game. And even the 8 contributor reviews putting the game at 40 points out of 100, none of them recommends the game. So, yeah.
So bad.
Good thing is the game has a free demo. It's not that long, and based on the video that we saw from Dan, it doesn't seem to be that interesting. Many people commented also already saying like, yeah, it reminds me of that in that game, but in bad. And yeah, the critics seem to agree about that. So yeah, it's just a fun thing that I wanted to bring in again because, hey, of course, Past Cure being also a topic on our channel. Now, what's the next topic?
The next topic?
Yeah, pick one.
Pick one. Shall we do... How about the Final Fantasy?
Sure. Let's talk about Final Fantasy. Because what I really like about Final Fantasies, it's big. It's big. And since we've just been talking about the demo, something that would have been an awesome episode for Dan's Demos, and maybe it will happen, is a demo for Final Fantasy 15, because that's out right now. Like, I think yesterday it came out. So Final Fantasy 15 is coming finally to PC after being out for over a year, I think, on the consoles. The consoles will also get a new version, which will include all the DLC, so like a full pack. And we have lots of news coming around that. The first one is rather a small one, so right now we're sitting at, I think, 3 DLCs for Final Fantasy 15, which are all episodes of one of the side characters besides Noctis, the main character. So we have episode Gladius for the Gladius character and 2 more. And until 2019, there will also be another 4th episode happening. So we get even another DLC coming to the game, expanding more of the story of Final Fantasy 15. Well, for those who like the game, which is quite a lot, I mean, I can quickly just check back. Of course, Final Fantasy on OpenCritic 15. What does it say here? Final Fantasy 15 is currently standing at 81%, based on 100 critic reviews. 70% of the critics recommend the game, so yeah. We can in general say the game is liked, and it's actually recommended to play the game if you like that sort of style RPGs and all that epic games, just as Final Fantasy just does, and that's awesome. And yeah, so new episode is coming, but wait, there's more.
Is there more?
There's absolutely more. So besides that, of course, as I said before, there will also be finally a PC version coming to the other way around. So Final Fantasy 15 is coming to PC, and there's a demo version available now. Now we got it.
Wow.
Sorry. And yeah, the Windows Edition is playable now. The download size is 21 gigabyte and it contains even a high-res 4K texture version. Those are automatically enabled if your PC meets the required specs, but in the full version of the game, the high-res 4K textures will be 4K textures will be an optional download. So you download the demo sized at 21 gigabyte, and that already has automatically the 4K textures. And the full game has that as an optional download. So if you download it first, you will only have the standard edition. You have to additionally download the 4K textures, which is a basic thing right now. I think even Watch Dogs 2 did it. They had a 4K high-res texture download also. And yeah, so that's that. It's a good thing to see. Free demos, I love them. Always want to see them. So it's a good way to even see if your PC can sustain performance under a game like that. So Final Fantasy 15 is not a game that's I think that had some problems with optimization in PC. So yeah, free demos, use that to check if you can play it. But wait, there's still more. And this is another thing that I want to show you all, because it's also something that Emily found excites, because we also have news about The Sims 4.
What? Sims 4, yeah?
Yeah! So what's the news about Sims 4? Why? What does it have to do with Final Fantasy 15?
So, Sims 4, well, The Sims tweeted on Twitter, they accidentally leaked screenshots of new, like, Final Fantasy content that I don't know if they're gonna be putting it out, but then they deleted the tweet, and we actually managed to screenshot the previous tweet that you can see in one of our articles on our website, and then they changed it to was it like superhero costume content? I'm not
well, that's something that you probably can answer better than I. So let's just jump into our Stream Deck work. Okay, so let's jump into our article that I did just very quickly before going live. So that's another thing that I did before we went live today into the podcast. So I just wrote this quick article, putting everything together. And actually, yeah, apparently The Sims first leaked the image, how that content looks like, and they replaced it with the image that we can see right now, featuring sort of a Batman-esque costume, but instead of, I don't know what that animal is supposed to be like. I don't know. I'm not good with animals.
It's The Sims, so it's probably an alpaca or something.
Yeah, it's like a superhero costume, nothing interesting. But what they did first actually showed how the costume really looks like. So we have 2 screenshots of that. Even have the preview as another proof how that looks like. And let's take a quick look actually into it. Yeah, it is just as they said inside the tweet. It's just the Noctis costume, which he always wears now, also available for your Sims in 3 different versions. a complete black version, complete white version, and then a sort of green version for
I think
your
that
characters.
comes out on like the new patch, because I was looking at Origin earlier and it was actually updating.
Yeah.
So I think they're like, it's a new, like they're doing it right now. Well, they've already updated it for me, but yeah,
Okay.
it's like literally today they released it. So
The
news.
tweet says it's coming soon, post-launch. So post-launch, I'd suggest would be next week. So maybe that update maybe gave you the thing, and it will be unlocked with just another minor patch. Who knows? But yeah, actually, if you compare that to another shot of the character Noctis, as you can see right now, iconic black jacket and a t-shirt, and the same thing can now be used in Sims 4 when it releases. I found that to be really interesting because even another person told us, like, is it really a leak? Because they announced that. And I say it is a leak because they accidentally showed us the clothes and then deleted the clothes and replaced it with another image that doesn't show the actual content. So, yeah. A leak as a mistake is still a leak. So, yeah. We know how it looks like and what it will look like on a character next week. And while the announcement has been done officially, they haven't shown officially how the thing looks like. And Emily, your webcam is black and you're back again. All right.
Is it?
Yeah.
Can you see me?
Yeah, your webcam was just shut down for a second and now it's back again. I don't
I don't know.
Yeah. I think that's the sign to continue on.
Continue.
There's a new thing, of course, for Sims coming, and that's, of course, very exciting.
Yes.
We just have a few more topics before we go into releases, so I say we take a look quickly at them. Other thing that's coming out soon is a Turok Remaster release coming to Xbox One, and also Turok 2 is coming. And in case you don't know, that game, sort of like old school. Like I think it's from the late 90s. It was a game that was also on Nintendo 64, and you basically just hunt down like next to dinosaurs and all that. And I really like to see the game. I actually played the version that was available on Origin, but because my PC had some problems, I could never record it, sadly, so I just quickly lost interest in it. But yeah, remasters of the 1997, there it says. 1997 was the first Turok released.
Wow.
Dinosaur Hunter was the subtitle. And in 1998, Turok 2 Seeds of Evil was released. And yeah, the remasters are launching next week. No, this Friday. So if you're listening to the recorded version, today is it that the remasters are launched on Xbox One, March 2nd. So yeah, interesting stuff to look at.
Is it only Xbox One?
Apparently, yes, according to the article.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'd like to have played it on PC.
This isn't the first time a Turok remaster has been released either. Back in 2015, Nightdive remastered both titles for PC. So I guess it's that 2015 version done for Xbox One. So you might be able to still get it. I'm very sure you can still get the game. Yeah. I think that's a game that I have to get and play because live right now on the podcast, I can announce another thing that I want to do for the new Byte. And that actually is another series of themed videos. So as you know, in February when we launched, I just almost did exclusively indie games. It started out with Dragon Ball FighterZ, but then I did 3 indie games. And so I was thinking, well, doing sort of one focused theme for 1 month sort of works. And for next month, I noticed, hey, there are lots of remasters actually coming out. So March is now officially my remasters month, and all my reviews will be remaster titles. Starting off, this week I will play Wonder Boy, Dragon's Quest, I think, or something with Dragon. I forgot the title. I downloaded it already on my Switch. I will play it very soon. I actually plan to do another video for this week, but it turns out that game that I was playing was really big, and I have another guest also planned to join in on the reviews, so There's a collab, and those things take a little longer, so I will delay that and instead play another game that's done faster. And yeah, of course, now with the news of Turok and Turok 2 being remastered on Xbox One, what an awesome time to say, hey, I'll get that and also to do a review about those games. So yeah, one of the many games that are planned for March to be reviewed. Another one, of course, is Burnout Paradise, which I'll do with you, Emily.
Yay.
We too will do the review for that, and also did a few preparation things for that already. As you know, Burnout Paradise is coming out in 2 weeks, I think, in the middle of March. So that's awesome. And yeah, we'll see.
Is that only for console or PC?
Only on consoles.
Ah, okay. I've had confirmation that it's coming to PC later on this year, so I'm happy.
We got them inside leaks. Ooh. Yeah. Nah, it was already confirmed that the game starts coming to PC, just not right now.
Yeah. Sadly.
Sure enough. But yeah, that's Remaster March coming out on a channel near you. Hopefully. Yeah. There's another thing that I want to react to, because there's a trailer for a game that sort of sounds so crazy as an idea. It can't work. But, of course, hey, we'll try it out. And the game that I'm talking about is called Mavericks Proving Grounds. And why is that interesting? Well, Mavericks Proving Grounds actually is an battleground style game, like PUBG. But in PUBG, you have like maximum of 99 players in one match. Mavericks wants to go up and wants to do 400 players in one match. So,
wow.
Yeah, that is a lot. So let's take a look, I'd say, at the trailer quickly, and let's see how that looks like. Emily, do you have the video open?
Yeah.
Cool. Then let's start in 3, 2, 1. That's... Oh, there we go. Okay, that's a whole lot of nothing.
I like the graphics, though.
Yeah, the graphics look really amazing, but the trailer itself, I mean, it's a teaser trailer, so not showing much. But yeah, we know what the thing is about.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was not much to hear anyway. There were just a few shots in the background. So
teaser.
Yeah, not much. Weird. But yeah, so again, the basic idea is that you'll have 400 players on one match. That's a lot of stress for servers, and as we know, PUBG, 99 is just a lot already, and who knows how 400 will stress a service, so that's, yeah. Interesting, to say the least. Alright. And another cool thing that I also quick want to talk about is a new Overwatch hero, actually. We have now Brigitte, which is, I think at least that's the German way to pronounce it. I don't know. She's the daughter of Torbjorn, actually, our Swedish friend. And she's a new support hero, as you can see. And she's described on the official website as level 1 difficulty. So, yeah, new character. And I'm really excited to see that. She's coming out soon, I think. As usually, just coming to the PTR first, so players can test it out and give feedback. And yeah, and she's using a rock stick, as you can see, and other weapons. She even has a shield, a barrier shield that you can use. And of course, we also have an origin story video that I quickly want to take a look at. And I hope this time we'll actually have sound for this one. It's another 1 minute trailer video. So let me quickly prepare something. Give me a second. Here, Emily, that's the video. And I hope we'll have sound this time. Just be sure. I think I have to go in that channel. Let's see. So, are you ready, Emily?
Yes, I am.
Cool, then let's start the video in 3, 2, 1.
In stories, the heroes get the honor and glory, but their gleaming armor, their mighty weapons, the people who built them were heroes in their own right, and I thought I was gonna follow in their footsteps. But a hammer and tools can't fix every problem. There are some things that can never be repaired. It's not enough to wait until the battle is over to fix their armor and bandage their wounds. If you can fight at their side, you can try to keep the blows from falling and maybe even protect them from themselves. I am Brigitte Lindholm, and I will be their shield.
Yeah.
I like it.
Nice. Yeah, so Brigitte Lindholm is the new character. As I said before, she's the daughter of Torbjorn, the engineer, of course, that we already know and love or hate. I don't know. I haven't played Overwatch in a while, I have to admit. I haven't even tried Mora, which was the new character before that. But it's good to see that the game is getting updates and new things coming, and also new characters. So we have another support hero, which I don't think we ever had a new support hero before. I think I have to look that up before. But yeah, so that's nice to see. Let's see, support. Oh no, actually, Mora is also a support hero, so actually I was wrong. We had 2 new support heroes in a row. Oh, okay. See, that's how long I've been missing from Overwatch. I don't even know what's what anymore. Yeah, sorry. Good thing we actually corrected that info right away. But yeah, new Overwatch hero coming out soon. And
she's looking good.
Yeah, we love
Not
that.
like any other.
A new strong character.
Yeah.
And it's awesome to see how she just grew up. She was friends with the other guy. Jesus Christ, I don't know even the names anymore. What was it called?
Maybe you need a fresher.
Reinhardt. Yeah, I mean, I have the whole character sheet right open here on the website. Yeah, she was friends, or is friends with Reinhardt, of course. And of course, as a daughter of an engineer, she was also into that, and seeing how she just grew up into that role. And also got on the ship of helping others with the Overwatch program. Nice to see. We'll probably get also another main cinematic for her, I hope. It would be awesome to see, like, in a fight that she was, and connecting more between Torbjorn and Reinhardt. Who knows? I don't know anything, as you can see right now. I'm just excited to see an update for a game that I at least loved previously. Maybe I have to go back again after Remaster March just to see how that looks like again. Cool. So, there's actually one thing that we missed before we go to releases, and I'm very sorry about that. Emily, I'm very sorry, especially for you, because it's something that's specifically about you. So, we have actually teased something in the last podcast, which is what Emily will do soon in a video form. So, I don't know, do you want us to have a look at the thing first, or do you want to talk about that first?
I think we should talk about it and then show a sneak peek.
All right. So, yeah, actually, Emily, what are you doing again? Because we've just teased it, but I think you have another thing or two to say about that.
So, I have a Sims series coming soon, and it's going to be, each episode I'm going to be doing an expansion pack for The Sims 3, and then hopefully I'll move on to like another series and progress a lot more with The Sims, because obviously Sims 4 is still going. But yeah, I've been working on it for the past couple of weeks. I've teased it a bit in our actual podcasts, and yeah, I look really forward to what people will think of it. And yeah, so shall we have a look?
Sure. I have the trailer ready. Do you have it ready?
Let me just get it up. House test. What did you think of the trailer? Because he's already seen it.
Yeah, so I've seen it already. I mean, it's live right now on the channel, so people who are in the live channel actually can see it later after the show directly on our YouTube channel. It's a quick thing. It's a cool thing. I know a little bit more than the trailer, so I know what's going to happen, and I'm really excited to see the reactions to what you're doing there. So yeah, it's great stuff. Really, really am excited for the full thing to go out. Are you ready?
I hope it's good. Yeah,
absolutely. So let's have a live look at what you do. And here's the trailer for The Sims 3 review teaser by Emily. So 3, 2, 1. There we go. So yeah, that's the trailer, and maybe you spotted it. I mean, who were those people that we saw? Were those random characters?
So I actually asked for Dan and Hostess permission so I could actually make them. They actually helped me make them. But I mean, I took control over what they did. So
yeah,
as Sims. So you can probably spot some activities, and you can spot some familiar faces. So there's me, the Sims that I'm actually I actually did the video on, like the gameplay, and Hostess and Dan. So yeah, look out for them.
Yeah, that's that. Cool.
It's cool.
Yeah, so gonna see when that will be live. Do you have an estimate on that, or do you want to take your time and refine it for the final release?
I think it might be at the weekend.
Cool. Yeah, so look out for that for the new Byte, and for Emily, of course, with a new series coming out soon.
Soon, yeah.
All right, awesome.
Soon, so,
yeah. Then I guess should we do releases?
Yes.
Cool. So 4 releases this and next week, because we actually missed 1 or 2 games last time, sadly, because they were on the second page of the podcast notes, and I didn't scroll far enough, sadly. So yeah, we will include 2 more games than usual. Happening on March 1st, so tomorrow for the live people, or yesterday for the recording, there's Battlezone Combat Commander on the PC. And I'll, of course, put up the trailer on YouTube for you. So, Emily, what's this game about?
So, Battlezone Combat Commander is actually... let me just get up my information. It's actually out on March the 1st, and
apparently it's a remaster, right?
Yeah, it's
another remaster.
So a way to kick off the remaster March month.
Yeah,
this is coming out on the 1st, and which is in like 1 day. So yeah.
4K resolution support, widescreen support. Awesome. This looks just like my jam, just basically a first person driving around and just shooting up other tanks. Maybe I will take a look into that as well. Who knows?
Doesn't it remind you a bit of Elite Dangerous? If you're looking at it right now. So you just fly around and shoot other people.
I never played that game. I only read stories about that game, but I never played it myself, so maybe. Battlezone Combat Commander. So
Battlezone Combat Commander is a remaster of an FPS RTS classic Battlezone 3 with new visuals, brand new achievements,
Okay.
Steam Workshop support, and much more. So that's what Steam gives me.
Damn. Okay.
So yeah, it's basically a remaster of a game that came out in 1999. So yeah, it's just as old
awesome.
as me.
Cool. Well,
I know.
that's that. And another game that's coming out on tomorrow is Zero North, Zero West. And that is a game that I actually also even looked at the trailer for last week. But I just forgot to talk about that. So let's have a quick look at the trailer that we see right now. And what is Zero North, Zero West? It's a surreal game, you know, like just with the Dream Diary that we talked about last time. This is another of those exploration games, which will test your probably sanity. And yes, it looks really interesting, lots of colors. And even from the screenshots on Steam, I just can't make out what the game is about. So it's literally just the number 0N0W, 0 North, 0 West, for location, of course. And it's coming out tomorrow on Steam.
It definitely looks a bit mind-bending.
Yeah.
I mean, compared to any other graphics, like,
yeah,
I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before.
Yeah, looks interesting, definitely.
Are you watching the trailer?
I just had the trailer open and it's now closed again.
All right, okay.
Yeah, so the people on the video will see and have seen it.
Good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks mind-bending and insane. Yeah. So.
And now leaving this week officially, next week we have Bravo Team for the PlayStation VR coming out on March 6th. So Tuesday, along many other games. But let's have a look at that. And Bravo Team was a game that was even announced at E3 2017. And yeah, as I said before, a PlayStation VR title. So of course they will utilize the PlayStation VR headset. And I guess the game speaks for itself. It's like tactical first-person shooter, and I don't know what I should really expect from it. The thing that's in VR maybe helps, but like everything else, doesn't look that good. Moss, the game that we talked about last time, the exploration with the cute little mouse, that looked way more interesting than this right now. So just having a shooter first-person with cover mechanics, I don't know, not my thing. Coming out next Tuesday, so if that's your world and if you have a PlayStation and a PlayStation VR, maybe that is something for you.
Doesn't the PlayStation VR cost a lot?
Yeah, the VR actually already is on the sale for $299, I think.
200.
And I think here in Germany, I have even seen a price for €240. So,
wow.
Yeah, to be honest, like people who saw it already, I just bought myself a new driving wheel from Logitech, the G29. That costs €240. And I think having a driving wheel only for racing games is still more worth than a VR headset for only a handful of good VR experiences. Because I could sit down and play racing games with a driving wheel probably for hours, but if you have a bad VR experience, you'll probably just endure it for 10 minutes or so. So yeah, I know where I have bet my money on, and it's not VR right now. Maybe in the future, who knows? But for now, I'm not that much into VR. Yeah, so we don't have much more going on. Actually, it's just another early access game that's called Northgard that's releasing also on March. No, it's actually released on March 7th. I'm sorry. The game that's actually also released on March 6th is Final Fantasy 15. We've talked about that. Coming to PC, Windows now, and of course in the Royal Edition on March 6th to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Yeah,
right
that
now,
what? Sorry?
Isn't it in early access right now?
Final Fantasy 15?
Oh no.
No. Yeah. I was going back. Yeah, I'm sorry. So Bravo Team that we just talked about comes out on March 6th, and also March 6th, Final Fantasy 15 is coming out to PC, and as a recollection with all the DLCs also again to the consoles. We talked about Final Fantasy 15 already, so let's continue on March 7th. That is Northgard, and that is actually the game that's now coming out in the full release, leaving early access behind. And let's have a quick look at the early access trailer still. Oh, and there's music. So, Emily, what's the game about?
So Northgard is actually like a strategy-based game in Norse mythology, which you can like control like Vikings and stuff. And yeah, it's actually had some pretty good like recent reviews, like very positive.
Yeah.
So that's over 7,859 like right now, like all over reviews.
Wow.
And it's had a pretty good release, to be honest, like feedback wise.
Cool.
But yeah, it's currently in early access, which was 22nd of February. I think we should have talked about it last week, as House Test said. We didn't.
I mean, let's take a quick look at Steam. So again, it's early access, and on the list that we took or released news from, it said that this game is leaving early access. So leaving early access counting as the full release makes this more interesting, I'd say.
Oh,
yeah,
right, okay.
But looks interesting. It looks a little bit like Warcraft, maybe. And yeah, very positive reviews as we've heard. So that's coming out next week, full release, and that's awesome. So maybe if you're into that, that's a game that you want to take a look at. It's called Northgard. Interesting. Yeah. And the last game actually that's on our list, and I'm scrolling down the document, just don't so we don't miss another game. Nope, there's nothing else. The last game that we have for next week is actually Warhammer Vermintide 2 coming out on PC on March 8th, so Wednesday. And that is a game which I saw a little bit about the first game. Actually, there was just a beta happening for Vermintide 2, and I sadly missed that. I even signed up for that. And the basic idea is just like Left 4 Dead. You have like hordes of monsters that you have to fight with 3 more people around you. And basically, it's just inside of the Warhammer franchise. So, what can I say? It's just coming out, right? So if you loved Warhammer 1, Vermintide 1, sorry, you might also like Warhammer Vermintide 2. You know what? It's time to end the podcast. I think I'm getting tired. I'm just talking nonsense slowly. And yeah, I guess Emily's also ready to leave the podcast behind.
Tired. Yeah. It's been a busy week.
Guys, yeah, as you know, as I said it before in the beginning of the show, it's a busy week, and we sincerely hope you still like the show. It's been a little troubling with Dan missing right now, of course, and myself also being on a lot of stress. So, hey, if you like this podcast, please show it to us in any way you like. If you're in the live chat right now, maybe let us know how you liked it. Or if you can improve on something, we'll, of course, definitely try.
We absolutely love feedback, okay?
Yeah, please give us
Make
feedback
sure you
in
tell
any kind.
us.
Yeah, so we improve on ourselves and see what we can do better next time. And yeah, and of course, if you see the recorded version later on, give the video a thumbs up on YouTube or give us a review on iTunes for the podcast audio version. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Emily, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you so much for talking for most of it. So
don't worry. Yeah. Actually, one last thing. We'll skip a podcast for next week because people are missing and I don't have any other guests planned right now. So instead of doing a podcast, I will probably do a live stream playing one of the remastered games for that week for the review. And the podcast will return probably in 2 weeks again. So that's that. Thanks so much for watching, guys. My name is Hostes. Emily, you can find her on Twitter at EmilyHM45. And you can find me at Hostes HAU5 Test on Twitter as well. We are The New Byte, thenewbyte.com, and The New Byte everywhere else. And thanks so much for watching our live show.
thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Make sure you subscribe.
Yes, or follow, or like, or what else? There's so many things they can do these days.
Just interact with us. We absolutely love it.
Yeah, and join our Discord on the newbyte.com/Discord. We have daily new cat pictures coming up and cute dog pictures as well. So it's a great treat. Maybe sometimes porks. It's a great treat to just wake up and just use the bot command to have a nice kitty picture on Discord. So yeah, join our Discord if you haven't yet. And see you next time.
Do join.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.